Hey, I made it through March.
Through
Made it through February. It's not dry time is over. Although it was an interesting little experiment. I don't know what I learned. I can make 29 days without a drink.
Are you thinking any clearer today than you were on the 31st of January?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it necessarily, but I did get to thinking about it. It's like I couldn't tell you the last time I'd gone a month without having a drink. And I don't mean to sound like an alcoholic, but just a glass of wine or a beer or whatever. It's been a lot of years.
It's a
lot of years.
Time.
But anyway, I was kind of interested to get back into the bourbon because I'm like, all right, did my flavor profile, taste profile change? And it has a little bit, but I don't know where it's landed right now. Like some of the stuff that I really enjoyed, it's not that I don't enjoy it, but I don't seem to enjoy it as much as I did before. So I don't know. Stay tuned. I got to get back into training here. So anyway, I don't know. I came across what we got here today is a blind, and this is a double blind for both you and me. There's this company called Blind Barrels. You can see the box. And inside, they give you 4 different whiskeys, and they're labeled A, B, C, D. And so this is A, B, C, D.
Okay.
And they send this little card with tasting notes and whatnot. And whenever we're ready, we scan this QR code, which I left my phone upstairs, so I'm going to have to go get that real quick. So let me pause this 1 second because I need something to scan that code.
Okay.
So stay tuned. Okay, I think we're good. So sorry about that. You need a phone to scan a QR code. But anyway, as I was saying, it just gives you all the tasting notes per their definitions anyway. And when we're ready to do a reveal, we will scan the code. Okay. Now, they did send this. And this is the first time I tried this. I signed up for an annual subscription. So I think about every 3 months or so, they send another blind kit. So stay tuned. I don't want to read all this, but it says the theme is plane, trains, and automobiles, blah, blah, blah. They took a road trip heading up 13 distilleries and covering 1,700 miles, blah, blah, blah. All 4 craft distilleries included in this lineup were a direct result of this recent trip that they went on. So I don't even know if we've even heard of any of the things.
It's an interesting idea. I've never heard of this.
I haven't either. I came across it. I'm like, all right, let's give it a try. So let's close this. And like I said, A, B, C, D. So this one's pretty light. It's been I poured these probably about 30 or so minutes ago. It's really light in color. It's a lot lighter than these before.
It is extremely light, yeah.
But the nose, I almost get like a little bit of grape. Do you get anything like a grape nose on there?
I was too, because I was thinking like a lower grade wine or something. Yeah, it is very fruity, like a wine. Like a grape,
like an oak. There's a little bit of oak in there too, so it's like almost like a Chardonnay. I don't know. It's weird. I don't even know if these are bourbons, to be honest. I assume they're all whiskeys, but I really don't know. So we're all up for an experiment here. Right off the bat, it was like grape bubble gum. You remember the big league chew? Yeah. In the pouch.
It is different than anything I've probably had.
I'm going to bet that's a single malt. I haven't really got into the single malts. Have you got into those? I don't know. That's weird. That is really weird. Well, there's some oats in there, I think, too. Maybe.
There's some oats, yeah.
Grape is the strong flavor.
It is. That is very unique. Yeah, there is a touch of oak in there, like a smoky oak. But yeah, the grape is what comes out at you pretty quick. And
it's almost like a sweet tart. Grape sweet tart, grape bubble gum, something like that.
Yeah, it's very
like
sweet.
Not like grapes that you pick, but almost like the artificial grape taste. Yeah.
It's sweeter than most things I would probably drink.
I think the proof is there, though.
Yeah,
I'm going to guess that's probably...
It's warm. It's warm from the tongue all the way down.
I would guess it's north of 110 on the proof. I guess I should write this stuff down. We'll come back. Our memories aren't that bad yet, right?
Outstanding, I'm sure.
And I said, like I said, I see some water there. So I think I'm going to... That is... I don't hate it. I don't know if I like it. but we can come back to
No, you'd have to spend some more time with that, I think, for.
Yeah. All right. That was A. So let's come back to B here.
More of a traditional nose, a little bit.
Yeah. It reminds me of
A little touch of caramel maybe on the nose.
Yeah.
Brown sugar, maybe.
I get cinnamon too.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of oak, I think, too. There's something else in there. Can't quite pick out what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's bourbon. I'm not sure the first one's bourbon, but
I would say this is bourbon.
I would say it's bourbon.
There's definitely heat on the front end.
Tastes young to me.
Yeah. Now the heat didn't really carry as far back. There's almost a tinge of tobacco or something in it.
I get that, but to me, there's something bitter in there.
Yeah, there's a bitter.
I don't. It's a familiar taste, but I just can't put my name. Maybe I should read the tasting notes here. And by the time I figure out all this stuff, who knows? Herbal, earthy, maybe a little bit. I guess I'm cheating. This came from the Blind Barrel people.
There's definitely that earthy, almost like a mossy type of.
Yeah, there is.
Interesting.
It definitely reminds me of something that I feel like I've had before, but I just can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
But again, I think the proof is there too. It still feels like that's pretty warm.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I'm guessing this one. I'm guessing they're both north of 110.
I would say so.
And I mean, I have no idea. This is purely a guess here. Knowing that they do seem to get the craft distilleries. I think that seems to be the thing with craft distilleries is that they might use some unique grains, but they're usually going to be like single barrel varieties or higher proof stuff.
More
Not
barrel
always.
cask strength type of stuff. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
All right.
But I would think this was more of a bourbon, where this could be more of what they consider that light whiskey type of stuff that you're starting to see more and more.
Yeah. Have you explored too many of those?
Just the one at Haberdasher's.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't think I've tried that from there yet. I think the only thing I've had is their bourbon.
Yeah.
I'll have to dig into it if it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right, let's go to sample C here. To me, again, I think I'm smelling. It could be rye, but I think I'm smelling a bourbon here. I think there's more the buttery note on this one.
There's a buttery note on it easily.
I do get the ethanol on this one a little bit more than I did the others. There's not a lot of notes that stick out to me.
There's not. It's sweet.
I mean, it has a bourbon nose, but there's nothing that's like jumps out and says I'm this or that.
Yeah.
Just kind of burned my nose hairs a little bit. I'm not mad about that. All right, I'm going in. Immediately, I felt like I had a candy taste. Like
the sweetness is there more than the other two. Right?
Like a handful of runts. Remember those things?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, not as sweet as a sweet tart, but something in that kind of family. But the sweetness kind of fades for me after that, and I almost get like a peppery on the back.
Yeah, and to your point, the notes, there's very few. I mean, it's kind of like a one-trick pony with this a little bit. Sweet to peppered and done.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty really, much. It's from front to back, and you're done.
Pretty much. I think the proof's lower on this one.
I do too. Yeah, the burn's not. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's nothing like.
My guess is it's probably. I think it's probably below 100. I think it's probably more like what's that? Kind of 96.
90. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's 93, something like a Wolfer Reserve or something.
Yeah. This is curious. I've to try things you've never tried before and have no idea what you're even trying. I mean, there's a difference between that versus knowing you're trying something that you've either had or that's in your collection.
Right.
I don't know. I'll be intrigued.
When it's in your collection, you almost know what it should be.
I mean, so you can narrow down the guesses.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't even venture a guess for any of this.
No, I wouldn't know. I would assume I've not had any of these or heard of most of them, if any.
But I think the Blind Barrel. Don't quote me to this. I'll have to do a little bit more digging and research. But I think that they sell bottles too. So, like, if there's something here that you really like, then you can purchase a bottle. I personally have not done a lot of blinds. You and I have dabbled here and there, but I kind of like it because I think it kind of. It's like when you get something that you know what it is. It's almost like you have you're programmed as to this is going to taste like whatever. So here I have no idea.
This again has more of a traditional type of. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it does.
No, there's that gummy taste smell again.
Yeah.
The grape's back.
I know it is the theme here. It seems like.
The grape's
grape. I don't remember grape notes. No. Candy.
Yeah. And then grapes back.
And then grapes back a little bit.
This one almost is more prevalent than the first one a little bit.
I don't get any grape on the taste though. Ooh, I get some buttery net. What do I get on the front? To me, it's like a cinnamon spicy toffee on the back.
Yeah.
Now it's getting a little bitter.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's kind of like when you have, if you ever chewed on picked a stick out of the yard, chewed on like a green stick almost.
Yeah.
There's that bitter, it's just a.
Yeah, I mean, a woody, pulpy. Yeah, I've done that. I don't get fruit. I'm trying to do by process of elimination here.
No, there's no fruit on the taste.
No fruit. Like I said, the front, I didn't really pick up anything, and on the tail it gets a little bit bitter for me. But in the middle is where to me the flavor was the best.
Yep. Yeah. But once it gets dozed down past it,
I know
it's
okay.
It's almost like there's aftertaste there.
Right, do you like any of these? Would you without even knowing what they are? Would you buy any of these?
If I was going to buy any, it'd probably be the second one. But yeah, the others. I wouldn't expect a huge price tag on them if I seen them in a store.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I don't mind as I've sipped it a couple times now. It's okay.
Yeah.
Again, I think we're back on. I think these are the lower proof. I think C and D are lower proof. Yeah. I think A and B are north of 110. I think C and D. This is purely guess, of course, are below 100.
Right.
All right, so are we ready for a review
here?
Yeah,
let's see what we got here.
All right, so hopefully I can figure out my tech here. So, maybe. Okay, maybe not. This is going to be real fun if I can't figure that out. Kind of defeats the purpose here, huh? All right, I'm going to pause this so I can make sure I can figure this out and not waste your all time as I'm done. Okay, I figured out the tech. So once I scan, so it's like it gives you, probably hard to see here, but basically you click to reveal. So click to reveal sample A. Let's see what we got. Sample A is Cedar Ridge Distillery, Swisher, Iowa. The quintessential American single malt. I thought it might have been a single malt. Oh, fun fact. This whiskey is a Solera blend. I don't know what that means. That draws from a range of almost 40 types of finishing casks. Sounds complicated. Many of them from Cedar Ridge Winery. That's the wine note. We were tasting the grape.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right. Proof, 92 proof. All right. We were way off there. Yeah. Blend of 5 to 8 year old. I would not have thought.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
But the single malts are usually a little bit paler in color, right? So mash bill, 2-row pale malted barley.
Interesting.
Well, which malted barley has a tendency to be a little bit sweeter.
It does. Yeah. That makes sense.
Pale gold color. Yeah, we saw that. It says notes of apricot, nectarines, plums. Didn't get any of those. I got grape all day. Grape bubblegum.
Yeah.
Okay. I will include the details if I can figure out how to do this in the show notes. But yeah, it's got a link to buy now, so that's kind of cool.
That is interesting. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to B here.
Yeah, because we probably never see that around here.
Probably not. Now, how do I go back? I'm going to have to scan this again. Bear with me, folks. Technical difficulties. Old guy trying to figure out tech. Keep in mind, I had a software company, too. You think I would know. All right, number B, or letter B. NB Roland Distillery. Never heard of it. Straight rye whiskey, batch 16.
Well, there's the heat you got.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, bourbon rye, depending.
107. It's 106.9.
All right, I felt that. The mash bill, 68% rye, 27% corn. Yeah, that's the one we like the best.
Yeah.
I think we were both consistent on that.
Yeah.
All right. I wonder what that one costs. Might as well click the buy now and let you all know here. $60.
That's not bad.
That's
about what yeah.
Craft distillery, I think, for $60, that's all right.
They're probably all fairly small batch.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
All right. So now we got sample C. Casey Jones. I've actually heard of this one.
Casey Jones.
Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Single barrel Kentucky straight bourbon mash bill 1. Proof 111. That surprised me.
Interesting.
I would not have thought that.
It drinks much lower.
It's a 3-year age statement. 96% corn, 3% rye.
Wow.
All right. I don't remember this one now.
It's like a corn mellow type of. It's almost like a corn whiskey. I mean, that's 96% corn. I mean, knowing it, you can almost.
I mean, now that I know, the rye seems inconsequential, really. It's 3% rye, 1% malted barley. I don't know. I guess now that I know, I guess I can sort of say the corn notes.
I was going to say, once you know, you can almost pick up the corn notes.
All right.
But
this says a punch of cherry to start. I said it's like a handful of candy. I can see that. Moving into earthy and vegetal notes. Yeah. Tart green apple. Makes sense now that you read the
that
answers.
has a little bit, it does. It has a little bit of a bitter taste.
It does.
So the tart, I can see.
Finish, mild spice with a pleasant minerality and a touch of licorice. All right. I think that's a pretty good description.
It is, yeah.
All right. I feel like I keep messing this up here. All right. Last one. Hopefully I can figure it out here. Sample D. All right. What we got here? This is Nashville Barrel Company. Never heard of it. Cash strength. Small batch straight bourbon whiskey. Did I think that was a bourbon? Yeah.
Yeah. That definitely has a classic bourbon.
If I didn't say that before.
Now, what's odd is go ahead and tell them the
proof.
proof.
115.
Yeah, that's what I said. We thought these were the high proofs.
We were completely wrong on that.
Yeah. So this does not drink like that.
This is a pretty, I don't want to say classic, but a pretty typical mash bill. 78 corn, 12 rye, 10 barley. This is a 6-year.
But for a 115 proof, it does not drink.
Smooth.
It is amazingly, yeah.
Very smooth. I think I can get into that one a little bit more. All right. So, any other thoughts on this?
This is very interesting. I've not had any of these. I was completely wrong on all my assessment.
We were both right that this tasted like grape.
Yes.
But,
other than
it's
that,
only because it's,
the proof had it completely switched.
We did.
But for a 115 proof, drinks very, very
so
smooth.
And I didn't even see what that one cost. Might as well give you all. I didn't tell you on all these, but that one is probably my second favorite.
And we have no idea if it's available around here.
I have no idea. I think you can buy it from their website. Okay. Honestly, but check your local regulations, and different states have different rules. That one's $80. I don't know if I'd spend $80 on that. This one was about $60. I'd probably spend $60 on that.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, for $80, I want something a little more fuller than this. But
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun. I don't know that much about the Blind Barrels people, but I like what my experience with this so far, because these are 4 whiskeys I would not have gone out and bought.
Very satisfied with the fact you bought this. Outstanding.
And I think the annual subscription for this was like, I think it was like, don't quote me, like $100. So it's not cheap.
Well, if you're gonna get how many 4 times a year you're gonna get this?
4 times a year. And
that's not bad. I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's not a huge bottle. It probably says the volume on this, but we each had a pretty good tasting, and there's enough for another good tasting or two. So I thought it was kind of fun. I mean, it's something a little bit different. I mean, when you get out there, sometimes in the bourbon world, I mean,
I'm just upset we didn't think about it first.
I know, right? I mean, I guess we could come up with something else, right? We could go visit the craft distilleries and come up with something. Right. But any parting thoughts on this?
I mean, other than that, this is a great experience. You know, this is these guys do a good job with this. Blind Barrels. I mean, that's really good. And
it's the presentation is nice. It comes in this nice little kit with these little bottles. You know, gives you the tasting notes.
It'd be a great Christmas gift.
Oh, it totally would.
I mean, this would be outstanding. Totally. But great experience.
Yeah, I agree. So next time we get one, we'll do this again. Yep. And folks, for all the things we sampled today, I'll include the links to I'll include the link to Blind Barrels in the notes, but I'll also include the links to all the different whiskeys that are in here. So that way, you know, if you're intrigued and you want to get your own bottle, you can do that. So anyway, appreciate y'all tuning in, and until next time.